Hey everyone, let's talk about something that, well, affects every single one of us, going to the doctor. But what if I told you that by 2025, that visit is going to look completely different? Because right now, behind that waiting room door, a huge revolution is already kicking off.
So yeah, that's the big question, right? What's it actually going to look and feel like for you, the patient, in just a couple of years? And listen, it's not just about some fancy new gadgets. We're talking about the entire system being turned on its head, really, from the inside out.
All right, so to really get a handle on what's coming our way, we got to pull back the curtain. We need to look at what's happening behind the scenes, these massive forces that are putting a serious squeeze on your doctor, and honestly, the whole medical profession.
Think about it. The doctor you see for your checkup, they are navigating what you could only call a perfect storm. You've got intense financial pressures on one side, mind-blowing tech breakthroughs on the other, and completely new ways of working popping up. And that storm, it's heading right for your next appointment.
Okay, so let's start with the tough stuff first. I think to really get the whole picture, we need to talk about these huge and often kind of hidden pressures that are just, well, they're squeezing medical practices like never before.
And at the heart of it all, it's a major financial pinch. When budgets get tight, it creates this domino effect, right? It hits the staff, the resources, and at the end of the day, it even impacts the time your doctor can actually spend with you. So let's break this down into some real numbers.
First up, check out this number, a negative 2.83%. What is that? That's a pay cut for doctors from Medicare. So while the cost of literally everything else is going up, the amount they get paid for taking care of us is going down. It's putting a lot of practices in a really tough spot financially.
Okay, next number, 16. 16 hours. That's how much time every single week many doctors are spending on paperwork. That's 2 full workdays. Time they're buried in billing forms and compliance checklists instead of, focusing on their patients, on you.
And the last number, and this one's a biggie, 124,000. That's how many doctors were projected to be short in the US by 2034. And you can guess what that means, right? Fewer doctors means heavier workloads for the ones who are left, longer waits for us, and a huge risk of burnout.
So you add it all up, it's a battle on so many fronts. You've got pay cuts, costs going through the roof, mountains of regulations, and the very real human cost of burnout. I mean, this is the reality for doctors right now.
But, okay, it is not all doom and gloom. Not at all. Because out of all these challenges, an absolutely incredible wave of innovation is rising up. Technology and brand new ideas are basically throwing the medical community a lifeline to solve these very problems.
And one of the biggest changes is actually a shift in philosophy. We're moving away from the old system, where doctors get paid for every single test and procedure they do. Instead, we're moving to this thing called value-based care. The whole idea here is to reward doctors for keeping you healthy, for getting good results. It's about being proactive, not just reacting when you're sick. It's a huge shift from sick care to actual health care.
And a huge piece of this puzzle is AI, artificial intelligence. Now, AI isn't here to replace your doctor. Not at all. Think of it more like a super-powered assistant. It can help analyze scans to catch diseases way earlier. It can automate all that paperwork we just talked about. And get this, it can even help predict health risks before they turn into something serious.
And this new toolbox for doctors, it's getting bigger and cooler every single day. You've got telehealth, which is just so convenient. You've got wearable devices like your smartwatch that are feeding your doctor a constant stream of data about your health. And we're even seeing things like custom 3D printed implants and robotic surgery that makes procedures way more precise and helps you recover faster.
So with all this pressure on one side and all this innovation on the other, it's leading to another really fundamental change. The whole idea of who's taking care of you, well, it's expanding. It's not just about one doctor anymore.
And you can really see the shift here. We're moving away from the old way, where everything revolved around the doctor, to a new way that's all about a collaborative team. We're going from just reacting when you get sick to proactively working to keep you well. And instead of just one-off visits, the goal is a continuous connection with your whole healthcare team. Now, a huge part of this new team approach is the growing role of what are called advanced practice providers, or APPs. These are professionals like nurse practitioners and physician assistants, and they're taking on a much bigger role. This is great because it lets the physicians really zero in on the most complex cases while you still get amazing, high-quality care for more routine stuff.
Okay, so we've looked at the challenges, we've looked at the cool new solutions. What does this all boil down to for you as the patient? What's the big takeaway from all this?
There's this quote from the source material that just nails it. It says the future belongs to those who are ready to adapt. And that goes for doctors and for us, the patients. Thriving in this new world means embracing these new team models, using the technology, and really getting behind the changes that make the whole system work better for everybody.
And that really leaves us with one final question to chew on. As your doctor's visit stops being a solo act and becomes this team effort, what's going to be most important to you? Is it the convenience of telehealth, that personal connection, or maybe it's just the peace of mind that comes from knowing your team is working to keep you healthy? The future of healthcare really is a partnership, and believe it or not, your role in it is more crucial than ever.